Hey guys, good morning. Dr. Billakota here. So today we're going to talk about the difference between a seizure versus epilepsy. Now this is a question that I get asked very frequently in my practice. Not everyone who has seizures has epilepsy, but epilepsy is the preponderance or likelihood of having future seizures. Now, let's talk about a seizure. In a prior video, we talked about what causes a seizure, and this is this abnormal flow of electricity. Now, sometimes it happens inherently, which means it happens kind of by itself with you not doing anything to provoke it. But some seizures are provoked. We can see that in the setting of severe metabolic issues. Metabolic issues meaning issues that affect the body's metabolism in one way or the other. Things that can do it: low glucose levels. Anytime the glucose level gets below 40, for some people 60, you are at risk of having a seizure. Other things that can do it: low sodium levels. Anytime your sodium level gets very low, usually less than 130, you're at risk for having a seizure. Toxins, such as various illegal street substances, such as cocaine, ecstasy, anything else you can think of, it can send your brain into a haywire mess and cause a seizure. Now, if someone has had a seizure because of those reasons, they do not have epilepsy. Epilepsy means you are at risk for having future seizures if you do not take medications every day. Usually that means there is something that is in the way your brain is made up where you are more likely to have seizures. Now, it's possible that someone who has epilepsy had their first seizure in the setting of using cocaine, let's say. That suggests that you were already at risk for having a seizure. You just kind of pushed yourself over the edge with drugs. That's a very fine line to tweak out. Not everyone who has seizures has epilepsy, and not everyone who has epilepsy needs medication for the rest of their life either. So all of those things should be discussed with your neurologist or your epileptologist, but those are the difference between, or that is the difference between having seizures and having epilepsy. To kind of go over that again, a seizure is anything that causes the chemistry in your brain and the electricity to function abnormally. It can be provoked in the setting of drugs or metabolic issues. It can be unprovoked, which means you just kind of had it by itself. Epilepsy means you are at risk for having future seizures if you're not taking a medication lifelong. Now, the way to kind of sparse out if you fall into one category or the other is with further testing, usually with an EEG and an MRI. And we will discuss that in another video, as those things can be a little detailed in their discussion, and there's little nuances on how someone can interpret one thing versus the other. But feel free to ask me any questions. Please leave comments in the description box. Anything in terms of future videos I can clarify, just let me know. Other than that, epilepsy.com as always, and please visit your local epilepsy center, Epilepsy Foundation Center. Sorry. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.